This is my budget sheet that I've been working on that's got some very complicated formulas and just been kind of maintaining and hoping to release sometime this year. But I'm gonna just do some maintenance today and probably do a different video where I break down how it works. But as I've been using it this past couple of days, there have been some minor things that I've noticed that need to get fixed. So yeah, let's start off. One of the things I'm gonna do is fix this right here, fix unit, and then fix these right here, just to kind of clean things up from page to page. So the first thing I want to do is just clean this one up. I think this one, I want to make it be 1.5 like this, and so then that way if we have a number here, we can effectively make it two numbers, and this won't change. Same thing with this too. So what I'm going to do, I think, here is just change these heading columns so that they all fall underneath one category, and so I don't have to deal with all of these being changed. So yeah, let's get to it. Yeah, and then I want to change this to quantity. I think that makes a little more sense. Unit is usually used for either days, weeks, allowance, and I think it's just easier to kind of say this is a quantity and this is a multiplier of it. I believe QT is, or actually QTY is probably the best determination of what it is. So yeah, let's start with there. I think I'm also just gonna, for the sake of it, to make my life a little easier, I'm gonna make all of these just in this cell. So I'm gonna do rate, comma, quantity, comma, 1.5, comma, 2.0, or 2, comma, and then X, and close, and that should just standardize things. And then this one, I just want to make sure that this is automatic format number automatic, and so that way if I do like 1.4, it'll stay as 1.4. So those are the two parameters. This I'm also going to format as automatic, and this last one also as automatic. So let's do that to format number automatic. So yeah, that should now work. So now if I also just decrease this, oh, looks like I'm missing one up here, so we can do it there. Just kind of delete these, and if I just throw this here, boom, it should just look the same. And I think, for the sake of it, I think I'm going to keep this rate probably as all capital, because that looks a little bit cleaner. So yeah, I think that's good for page 1. I'm also thinking of just deleting this line right here, because I don't really enjoy it. Oops. Yeah, I was thinking about just kind of copying this one maybe. Oops, not like that, but just adding a wall there maybe. Yeah, I think that looks slightly better, and then clearing up this wall right here so that it doesn't look the worst. Yeah, and that just kind of evens it out a little bit and makes it look a little bit better. And then same here, this wall is actually missing a wall, which projection total, that should also, I think, level out a bit. Maybe just because it needs a little bit of a punch. Yeah, it just needs a little bit of an increase. But I think I could just kind of also make this, yep, just like that. That looks good. And I think this one maybe should be capital variance percentage. And I think that just gives it a nice synonymous look rather than before. So this, it should look a little bit better, I assume. The page, let me just zoom in here. Yeah, that just looks a little bit cleaner without having all the little dusts and gabbles. So, yeah, let me just fix that. So, those are the changes that I'm going to just be making over these pages, and, let's continue. So, B, I think actually what I can do is I can kind of copy these like that, and just, yeah, that should work. I think I need to copy a little more than that, actually, my bad. Just like that, there you go, perfect. And then with these ones, I can just straight up, I think I can just copy this whole thing. And if I delete all this, paste there, delete those, and then just take, let's just manually do these other ones. Projection, oh, I guess I don't have total here, but that works, we can add total there. Variance percentage, there we go. And that should be pretty good. Yeah, I think I can also just carry these over here as well. This one doesn't have estimate in the actual title for working, so maybe I will want to change the formula. Yeah, I think if QQ is equal to blank, do nothing but blank, which I believe actually, yeah, I think I should fix that. So where it says something again, I think if instead of leaving it blank, if I put E there, it should just change. Yeah, not E, so I think I need to move it down one more block, unfortunately. And then go ahead and put this, yeah, this, I think if I just put estimate here, it should say, yep, there you go, perfect. That's just the final one, is just putting estimate here, and then that looks a little bit better and more up to date. Yeah, because we want those to look the same. Okay, great. Okay, let's continue this to the next one, which has a lot more. So I think I'm just going to do these in batches, so that way we become more efficient. And hopefully just me clicking will give you some good sounds, because I'm hoping that this will at least, I think these are also just, yeah, this just also says the same thing. But hopefully this at least will give you some good sounds to kind of fall asleep with, because I've got a lot of clicking and I've got a lot of mouse movement. So I'm hoping that it at least is a little more interesting than the average ASMR video. But like I said, not expecting anything much. But just showing you guys how this budget sheet works, and I hope it's at least somewhat interesting to the average user, because it definitely is not something a lot of people are probably interested in. But we'll see. I don't know. I'm planning on selling this as a document to fellow filmmakers, because it's just something that a lot of filmmakers don't have in their arsenal nowadays. Is a very good budget software. I think everything costs a pretty high cost, to be honest, and there's not a lot of producers, especially in the younger schools, that kind of point you in the direction of what to use. And so I kind of made this while just working and by my own, and just kind of, you know, working with stuff and figuring out my own kind of systems. And honestly, it's worked out pretty nicely. I'd say it's a lot better than some of the programs out there, and it's a lot quicker because it's on Google Sheets, and I think that's something that the new generations can really hook on to. But it's also a template, and so I know that once I sell it once, a lot of people may end up just finding another template successfully sell spreadsheets and keep them secure, just let me know. But for the most part, I think I'm just relying on a good community to keep it, within wraps, and also to just be honest. Like, hey, I'm sharing this, and it's a good sheet, but I don't know. I'm planning on just doing this as a project that I love. It's definitely something that I've just been working on for years and years and years, and as I've gotten more along in my career, it's something that I realize would probably do well if I had more people have access to it. I'm kind of thinking I still want it to be somewhat open source so that I can get a lot of feedback, but we'll see kind of how that goes. So yeah, but yeah, let me know what you guys are interested in, and if this type of video actually does help. I'm not sure, but I really do hope it does in some ways or forms. Looks like I actually only have to edit once, which is pretty interesting. And yeah, I hope you guys like my whispering, and I hope it's not too loud and uneventful. But oh, actually, this one, I think I wanted to, instead of saying working, I think I wanted to say working, so let me try working instead. Working. Yeah, I think I wanted to say working instead of estimate. So I would say working, working, working. Perfect. Yeah, that looks perfect. There we go. Perfect. But yeah, I can't wait to show you guys kind of all the features that I've been having this incorporated with, because there's definitely a lot of different features and a lot of different things that I've been working on for this for a while, so I'm hoping that it pays off, and I've got some spreadsheet nerds in the comments that'll help me kind of fix some other kinks. But yeah, no, it's been, I've definitely used some very complicated formulas, and I'm not sure if nowadays they're probably outdated, but if it works, it works. So I'm just happy that that works. Okay, so now it looks like I just need to fix this portion, so we'll go ahead and do that. And this one will be very fast. Just going from each page and fixing that. And each page. And I think for each of these I have to specify what categories. This one is A through Z, which is incorrect. This is just A category total, which I believe is because there's only A on this page. A category total. This one is just B category total. And this one is CDE category total. CDE category total. This is FJH category total. And this is IJKL. Oops. Category total. MN category total. And OP category total. And for the code, I'm really debating what to do for this code. I don't think it has any relation to anything, if I recall. So I think, like, if I delete this, I think it has nothing. I mean, I think I could just do A, and this will be B, this will be CDE, this will be FGH, IJKL, MN, and OP, and maybe I just leave this as category total. that's it for today's video. I'm gonna leave it there, and we're gonna see what's up, but I'll explain the rest of the video in the next video. So yeah,